Hello and welcome to Unspooled. Today, in the second part of our 3 reviews looking at the newest prequel / reboot trilogy of Planet of the Apes, we are on the second movie in the trilogy, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, from 2014, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Andy Serkis and Gary Oldman. Now, this is a terrific film here. What Reeves has done from taking off Rupert Wyatt's start to this trilogy here, we get something vastly different from the first movie, and we get something very, very great here. We've ditched this whole medical thriller drama film, which was what half of the first one was, and instead we've opted for a much more interesting plot about the starts of ape civilization and how the apes can come to overtake planet Earth to an extent here. Now, this film does something that I found particularly interesting and very different from the first movie and from most of the others in this series, is that we don't get characters that are painted as complete and total evil people or completely and totally super great good people. We do get those individual people like that, but we're not painting a whole cast, all of the apes are evil stuff. We don't get any of that kind of thing here. We get there are good, great apes, and there are horrible ones. There are good, great humans, there are horrible ones. We get that in this film, and we get a level of nuance in it that is refreshing for a film of this kind, because ultimately what this movie kind of is, and what the series kind of is a little bit, is sort of like an alien invasion flick where the apes have invaded and we should want to repel them because we are not apes. You know, you're getting that kind of a vibe in most of the other films, your standard alien invasion film, where the aliens, the invading force, the non-human force, is a completely evil entity. That's not happening here in this movie. We don't get this, the apes are entirely evil painting. We don't get that kind of a thing. So, instead, what we get is a moralistic exploration of what's happening here, of this situation, we get a full exploration of Caesar as a character mostly here, and it's just something so interesting and honestly kind of unique to me that we get a full 2-hour character drama and moral exploration of a character about a non-human character. You don't get that often in films, or in general anywhere really here. And the final act of this film is really pretty moving actually here, especially the ending speech from Caesar is very, very eloquently written and very beautifully delivered by Andy Serkis here, and greatly impacts the audience here emotionally. Ultimately, this film is wonderful. Andy Serkis is terrific as Caesar in this film. The motion capture work on him is incredible, and the motion capture and CGI work on all the other apes is incredible as well throughout this entire film and this entire series as well. Matt Reeves really injected a different feel to this trilogy in only the second movie of it here. And he did a terrific job. Everyone involved on this one did an incredible job with this work. So I have to give it a 91% is my rating here.
Wow. Okay. Woo. Okay. Once again, the CGI it's just unbelievably done. It's amazing attention to detail. This movie is just a little better than Rise of the Planet of the Apes to me. Of course, I gave the first one a 85, so my rating for this is confusing me at the moment. This one's a little better. There's enough action, mostly the third act only, to satisfy most people. The escalation, the conflict and the people just fighting and kill with apparently no reason. That's like a lot of action movies are that way, but not in this movie. There is escalation. There is a reason for all that stuff. I'm doing Dawn of the Planet. That's the one we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Where am I? I thought I had a different review here. Okay, anyway. The plot... Boy, that was good. The plot's good and believable. It leaves plenty of room for more sequels, which we know there's another one. Most everything about this movie is great. The one thing in this movie that I just, and now I don't see it on my review here, but I thought this movie took place, like 10 years after the first movie, roughly.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
See, 10 years so we had a 10-year gap there. And early in the movie, the apes are talking and they speak really good English now. They speak better.
Well, they're all talking in sign language. Caesar's the only one that really talks in this movie.
In this one.
Mostly.
But he talks pretty good.
Yes.
And somewhere near the beginning, he asked someone about the humans or something, and, well, we haven't seen them in years. A couple years. And then when they do get to spot the humans, when the humans come in the woods there and see, it's like, it looks like the apes are over here in the woods, the humans are right over here in San Francisco. I can't believe you haven't seen humans for a couple years. You guys are really pretty close together there.
Well, my guess would be that that probably what happened there is that humans noted, okay, this is where the apes are living, so we're going to stay away from them as much as possible. And then by the time we get 10 years from that to the events of this movie, like, we are out of resources everywhere else. We have to go that way.
We have to.
And see if we can get around them in some way. That would be my guess as to that.
Okay. That could be. So I believe this is a little better than the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I give this a rating of 84.
So you think it's better but a lower score?
So I think that should be an 86, not an 84. I don't know what I did there. So 86.
All right. Well, that will do it for this episode of Unspooled. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more great content like this. And until the next episode, goodbye.